Could I?
Senator Onyonka?
Yes. Your Excellency, Governor, it is true that the Public Service Board, through your intervention, was taken to the Assembly and removed from office. But you are also aware that there are court orders asking you to allow the Public Service Board to return to the office, receive the vehicles back, and run activities until the case has been heard and determined. I believe the law, therefore, requires that that board should have been here to deal with those issues because their matter has not been dealt with finality.
Governor?
Chair, I want to affirm my position that yes, I know the board is at home. They were removed by the Assembly. The petitioner, I'm not the petitioner who took the petition to the Assembly. It was an interested citizen who went to the Assembly, petitioned, then on the grounds, a number of the grounds that were removed, they were removed. My only business is to get the communication from the Assembly, which I did receive. Went ahead, I'd gazetted the same said board. Then they moved to court, a stay was put on the gazettement. But for the removal, already they had been removed by the Assembly. There is no ruling of any court that they be returned and that have refused to return them to office. Otherwise, if there is a ruling, all directives from the courts, therefore we'll definitely do that. A stay which has been given by the courts, and that is a matter active in court right now. It's a stay of the gazettement of the said board.
Oh, okay.
Chair, Chair, I think it's important that this
Senator.
information is given onto the Hansard.
Senator, maybe just for guidance.
Yes.
Because if we discuss a stay that has not been tabled before us, we'll be discussing the air. In fact, if we discuss an impeachment whose details we don't have, we'll be discussing air. So with that in mind, maybe as a local senator, you can guide us so that we are able to establish what the facts are. But
Chair,
very carefully.
In 2 minutes, without going into the sub judice rule, very simply, there were two orders given. One is for the initial interpretation of the order where the Public Service Board made a request to the court that any activity or any eventuality that may have come from the County Assembly be stopped. And then after that, they are given the status quo until the matter is heard and determined. What that means, Chair, my recommendation right now, and I think that is a decision we can make as the Senate, is that there may come a time when we are actually going to call the Public Service Board to come and raise those issues, because from the court order which is available, which I've seen privately, but it can be tabled, basically the Public Service Board is working and is meant to work until the case is determined to its eventuality.
Senator Dulo?
Chair, I think Senator Fokisi has asked what I wanted to ask. But I think for this committee, it's important to look at those documents, the court orders, the petition, and all that, so that we can be able to make a decision. But again, my second question is to the HR, in his explanation of who are the casuals. Yeah. So when he says that casuals are employees who are hired and paid on daily basis, I just want to know the ones for Kisi. Are they hired by the county? Because I know the law is very clear. You have to hire casuals for 3 months, and then thereafter, you release them, and then you can reappoint them. But you know, counties, they have become very clever. Some of them, they put them under contract of a contractor, and then they pay them. But there are some that actually we have recommended, instead of putting them on a casual basis for a very long time, they should be given contract. So maybe I want to understand what is the position of the casuals in Kisii County. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Governor.
Response. You said that the casuals that were fired were doing cleaning work. And you have now hired the cleaning groups to do the work. Is that the response that you gave? That you sent away casual laborers and instead hired cleaning groups?
In addition to the casuals, we've been having cleaning groups. So once the casuals were sent home...
are those ones still casuals, the cleaning group?
No, these are just groups contracted to have a cleaning.
Because you know why I'm very interested. I mean, the casual laborers are just the local people from Kisii. So if you are sending them away to manage your wage bill, but then spend an equivalent in hiring cleaning groups. So really, what is the sense?
Chair, what I said, in addition to the casual laborers, casual workers we've been having, we've also been having cleaning groups. So we thought it was a duplication and it was eating into our funds. So we did away with the casuals and retained the cleaning groups.
So are you saying that the casuals were not doing anything because anyway the cleaning groups were there? If the cleaning was being done by the cleaning groups, why did you need the casuals in the first place?
Cleaning groups, they are cheaper. They are doing the cleaning of town. Casuals could clean offices, cut grass, do some manual labor.
Chair.
Yeah, can we, as we progress, just make sure we broaden this conversation beyond we look at the forest and not the tree.